So welcome back to French Countryside Life. It's been a good week. Yeah, it's been a good week. Saturday and Sunday, just gone, we had Graham from our French House Renovation come to stay. So that was good. Graham's always good value. He's dead funny. Makes me laugh. So that was good fun. Enjoyed that. Monday I was working at a lady's house that she wanted some new lights put up. And I finished off a repair to the ceiling. She had some water damage, so that's all been done. Sunday, I was working for a French couple that I've done some work for before. They've recently moved down from the Paris suburbs to a place out in the country. It's about half an hour from us. And they had a load of furniture in their barn that wouldn't go up the stairs. So I went over there and dismantled all the furniture, took it up the stairs and put it all back together. One of the units was a little bit big, so I had to take a little bit off the bottom of it so it was a bit shorter. So that went really well. So that was that. Did a bit of shopping. Yeah, so what am I doing now? That's a good question. I'm glad you asked. What I'm doing right at the moment is that Jane's doing a bit of crafting with corks. Now, I don't know where all these corks have come from, but Jane wants to chop all these corks in half. And she started doing it with a scalpel, which is not ideal. So what I've done is made a jig so that I can chop corks in half safely and accurately. So come and have a look and I'll show you. So the jig's in the vise, nice and safe. Pop the cork in the hole. It's a nice snug fit now. Then I can get it out. Look at that. Perfectly chopped in half. Nice and smooth. Lovely. So that's good. So I've got a few of those to do. So I'll crack on with that, and I've got a bigger job to start. Okay, so that's the last one. So pop that in there. So that's all the corks done. Got some champagne corks here, but they don't fit, I don't think. Well, they might do. Yeah, that one might. Yeah. Anyway, so that's all the corks sawn in half. So I'll go and deliver these to Jane. And I always find that it's really difficult to get started on jobs. Especially when it's a big thing that you're going to start. And I keep putting it off, which is bad, Once I get started, I'm all right, but I find it difficult to get started on stuff. But when Graham was here over the weekend, I told him about the 2 tiki heads I'm going to carve, and he said, why haven't you started, basically? And I had no excuses. I haven't started because I've got no excuses. So he said, all right, well, let's go and take the bark off the one of the tree stumps, tree trunks, and you know, that's the start. So we came out, and I'll show you what I've done. So these are the two oak tree trunks that I'm going to carve into the tiki heads, and so this is obviously the one with the bark on, and this one was the same, but as I say, Graham came out and he said, come on, let's get started, and he helped me to chip all the bark off, and I've marked out the pattern. I mean, it's probably difficult for you to see because it's in black on brown, but I've marked out the pattern on it, the tiki face. So I'll be starting that properly probably over the weekend. So yeah, that's the plan with that. Anyway, got some stuff to do indoors, so let's get on with that. So this is the next job. This has got a join in it, you can see here, which looks horrible. It's got a grease stain there, so I won't be able to paint over it. You know, it'll be difficult to paint over it. Don't like it anyway. So behind here is a concrete flue and the pipes for the back boiler for the log burner. Now, because it hasn't been used for such a long time, the pump, which I'll show you in a bit, has seized up, and it really won't unlock. So I tried everything I can, and it is seized up. So for this afternoon, plan is to take everything off, take these two bits of plasterboard off, and on the two sides. The other thing related to this, why it's got to be changed, is that when we bought the house, we had a diagnostic done, which is like a legally required survey, and the survey showed up that the frame for this is built in wood, which is not ideal, obviously, for a fire. So I've got some heat resistant plasterboard and some metal framing, so we'll replace this with the heat resistant plasterboard and the metal framing, and also whilst this is off I can replace that pump. So that's the plan, so let's get on with that. So I've just cleared everything away. I'll get some dust sheets, put them down because there's going to be a lot of mess. So let's do that, dust sheets. All right, so got everything with dust sheets on that's potentially going to get dusty. Got all my smash up tools, so let's get on with it. Safety glasses. So we'll start with that one. So I'm guessing it's going to be there, isn't it? Good. Right. there we go. So, as I was saying, you can see it's a wooden frame, which is stupid really. I don't know why I've done that. This is the central heating pump. This is the central heating pump that's seized up. So that's something that I'll do over the next few days. And yeah, just build a new frame, take this all out, build a new frame in metal, and use the heat-proof or heat-resistant plasterboard to reskin it. So let's just get on with the deconstruction of this, and yeah, we've made a start. All right, so that's it all deconstructed. Big clean up, big tidy up, and this is the pump. Actually, come and have a closer look, and I'll show you. Yeah, so this is the pump that's seized up. I've tried everything I can, as I said, to get it unseized, but it's not having it. So it's basically a nut there and a nut there. Just undo them, replace it, wire it back in, and Bob's your uncle. So over the weekend we'll go and get a new one and replace it, basically. All right, so as I say, big clean up, big tidy up, hoover up, and change the pump, and then we'll put this all back the way it should be. So I better go on with the clean up, haven't I? Right, so it's a week since I filmed that. Me and Jane both came down with a rotten cold and a cough that's hanging about. It's driving us both mad. But I want to say thank you to everybody for all your kind words and get well soon wishes. That really helped. Thanks a lot, appreciate it. So, the pump's still here. So I've got several options. First option is I'm going to take the pump body off, which is just the pump part of the pump, as it were, like the electric engine and the, you know, without this bit of pipe work. So I'm just going to try and take that off. I'm going to try and free that and try and clean that and get that to work. So I'm going to just put it straight back on. If that doesn't work, second option is a spare pump that I found in the workshop. Now, when we bought the place, the people that we bought the house off gave us some printed sheets that had been given to them by the people that they bought it off. And on some of these printed sheets it said, oh, there's some spares for the heating systems in the workshop. Well, I found them. There was 2 boxes stuffed right on the top shelf, right at the back in the workshop. So I found them, and in there I found a pump, a central heating pump. It's not the same make as this one, but it does look very, very similar. So plan B, as I say, is that if I can't get this one to work, I'm going to try the one that I found in the workshop, see if that will fit. If it does, great. Plan C, which is not ideal, is I bought a pump, the same make as this, but this one's redundant now because it's, you know, it's fairly old. and the one that I bought is about 20mm longer. So what I've got to try and do, if I have to do that, is to take one of these taps off, move it down about 20mm, and put the new pump on. But I mean, that's not great, because once I take this off, there's all the water in the system, and it's not ideal. So if I can get away with fixing this one or putting the spare one on, the spare pump body on, then I'll do that. So let's see how we go. All right, so first thing is to isolate the pump. So I've got these two taps here. Okay, so that's that, and that's that one. Okay. I've got a feeling that this is going to be quite difficult to get off. This electric wire is isolated, so there's no power getting to this. There's probably going to be a bit of water comes out. That's if I can get the pump body separated from the pipes. I've had a fair bit of advice from Andy at AJ in France, who's got a brilliant channel that isn't as recognised as it should be. So when you finish watching this, go over to AJ in France and check out Andy's channel. It's brilliant. What he doesn't know about heating and engineering, it probably isn't worth knowing. So go and check that out. Let's see if that comes off. Okay, well, that's unexpected. And there we are. See, now look, I've just turned that. I reckon if I put that back on, that's going to work. Oh, it's pretty hot on there. You can see it was just a bit garmed up. Let's get it dry, and we'll take it from there. Right, so this is all dry now. Yeah, so I'm hoping that's just going to go straight back on. And work. If it does, that'd be amazing. All right, that's back on nice and tight. So I'm going to switch this pump on and we'll see what happens. All right, before I switch it on, let's get this water switch back on. There we go. I'll just bleed some air out of it. That's water coming out, so that's good. So that's the air bled out. So let's switch it on and see what happens. Well, I can hear it running. What you're supposed to do is, I can hear that running. So we fixed it for nothing. That's fantastic. Such good news. Happy days. All right, so that's the pump working lovely now. We had the fire going. And curiously, where we had the fire going and the pump working, pumping it around, pumping the water around the system, some of the radiators upstairs that weren't working because they was sludged up started working. So we've now got all of the radiators upstairs and the two towel rails, heated towel rails, all working. I think it's because of this pump. If I didn't explain earlier, there's two separate systems. There's the gas-fired boiler that runs the central heating, so that's got its own pump, and there's this pump which runs off of which pumps the water around the back boiler of the log burner. You can't have both systems running at the same time, so you have one or the other. And I think because of where this pump is and the fact that we left it running for 24 hours, I think it's managed to build up some pressure and move some of the sludge through the system. So yeah, so that's good. So the plan is in the spring, we're going to renovate the entire heating system. We're going to change some radiators. Andy from AJ in France that I mentioned earlier, which I'll put a link to his channel at the in the description, he's going to come over and give me a hand with that. But so really this was just a case of limping through this winter with the system that we've got. But yeah, I'm really pleased that an unexpected byproduct, if you like, of getting this pump running is to clear some of the system. So good news. Anyway, I've just got to build up the frame to put the plasterboard on, so that's what I'm going to do next. So let's get on with it. Okay, so I've got the frame attached to the wall, attached here. I've cut all the bits, I've cut my hand as well. I've cut all the bits to build the frame. So let's get on with that. And yeah, good. Okay, so that's the frame all put together. I've just got to secure it with this. Let me show you a bit closer what this does. It's really clever. So basically what this tool does is to form a joint between the tray and the upright. So what it does, when you pull the handle, it just forces a little pointy bit through the metal. So I'll just show you. So you can see that that's been pushed through there, and that ain't going nowhere. So let me just carry on and do the rest of it, and we'll start thinking about getting the plaster on. Alright, so that's all the frame put together nicely, and get some plasterboard and put it on there. See how we go. Okay, that's all the plasterboard cut to size. Already attached the side bits. Had a bit of a discussion as to whether the red side, which is the flame-proof side, should be on the inside or the outside, and the consensus is that it should be on the inside because that's where the heat is. So right, let's get it put on. Brilliant. Bella likes to get in the way. She likes to feel involved. Good. Don't panic, Captain Mandarin. So that's all the plasterboard up. Lovely. Just got to skim all the screws, tied up all the edges. There's a little tiny bit on the corner just needs sorting out. And yeah, that's good. Oh, and I've got to make a little door on the side here just so I can access the pump should I need to. So I'll do that. On a different note, the funds for the Tiki Bar and the coffee.com. We're only €6 short of the target. I've got some cash given to me by some people, which is really kind. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who's donated to the fund for the construction of Lloyd's Tiki Bar, which will begin in the spring. I just want to say thank you again, and you know, I'm blown away by people's generosity. It's really, really kind of everyone who's donated. So thank you so much. Yeah, so the plan for the following week is to complete this, and then we can start on the ceiling here, sand and waxing the beams, paint the ceiling, and we can paint the walls. So another big project this week, so that'd be great. Thanks for watching, and if you could like the video with a thumbs up, press the notification bell, and share it on social media, that'd be great. And if you can think about subscribing, if you're not subscribed already. And all that leaves to say is mine, there you go, and I'll see you soon.